I got a whole interview for you. I prepared myself.
You prepared
for
an
it.
interview for me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I feel famous, boy.
I got a whole interview. We can pause. You can pause that. Oh yeah, you gave me the remote.
You can.
I forgot about it. But yeah, I got a whole interview for you. I was thinking about what I can ask you. I was like, man, what can I ask him? I'm Bonnie Kibuka. On my podcast, the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, I've had an honor to sit down with some of the most incredible hearts and minds from Uganda, like Miss Uganda Oliver Nakakande, Joram Ozor Job, the Executive Director of Joram Model Management, Pastor Wilson Bugembe, and many, many more. On this podcast, you get to hear raw and real life stories of their journey, what they've been through, and the people that have inspired their journey so that they can make a difference in ours. Listen to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Join the journey soon. I remember last time when I had J Quinn, I didn't plan what we were going to talk about, so I was kind of just hitting a miss. But I kind of thought about what can I talk with Q about, so I kind of like the music actually in the background. That's crazy. But I know it will be disturbing for the people. But I love music. So, yeah, welcome to my crew. You're the first person in this place right here.
In the basement. In the man cave.
Yeah, you're the first person here. But I appreciate you stopping by. I was thinking yesterday after I put everything together, I was like, man, I need to have some of my friends here. I like live conversations. My podcast has been a lot of like Zoom people from Uganda, or like even in the States, but over the Zoom. I really don't. I wanted to see the experience of just being in the room, and I wanted to say with my friends. I was like, let me hear this stuff. But I want to talk about life. There's a lot of things that happen in life. But before we go into that, Q, introduce yourself. Q Smooth.
So I'm Q or Quinton. Man, I don't even know where to start. I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But I usually tell people I'm from Chicago because I got a lot of family from Chicago. But I was born in Chicago, so you know all of that.
You told me Chicago, and then last time a few months ago when you had some family issues and you had to go to Wisconsin and stuff. Yeah, so you originated from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But you got family in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Because that was going to be my first question. Where are you from? We've been friends since I met you at Great Lakes. So I was like, where's this dude from? I know you're from Chicago. You've told me. But then I was a little confused about Wisconsin and stuff. So I had to ask that. But so how do you then come to Michigan?
My mom and my sister. But basically, my mom wanted something new. So I was like, all right, let's do it, I guess. Like, I was scared, boy. So we moved to Ann Arbor, and I went to Skyline High School. I was the first graduating class, and then I went to Great Lakes.
Yeah. How did you then find out Great Lakes?
Bro, it's weird how I be telling people it had to be God, bro.
Yeah.
So I was on this basketball website just to see if people were recruiting and stuff. I was like, let me go to a little small school so I don't have to go to the army or nothing. And I looked him up, and I think Rev was talking to me on this little website. But if you ask me the website, I don't remember his name. I just remember me talking to Rev.
Was Rev like a recruiter?
I guess we could. You know Rev.
Yeah. Shout out Rev. I know you'll watch this.
But yeah, and then after that I went to go visit, and I fell in love with the school. Like, the coach at the time was so smooth. Like, he liked me and I liked him. Like, I just like having that deep conversation with him, and then checking out some of the classes. Like, the classes were, classes.
I don't know what year you would have been when I joined. I joined 2016, 2017. But I remember you were playing basketball with Darian. Lance was playing.
James.
Coop. Yeah. Coop, yeah. That was a good time. So I met you at Great Lakes. I feel like the time of knowing you, there's things I don't know. There's things people don't know about you, and I put up a few questions about life, and I think this will help people get to know you better. But how was your life like growing up? I know we had just talked about going to Great Lakes, but like if we go back a little bit, how was your life growing back, growing up when you're younger?
Man, my life growing up when I was younger, church every
Yeah.
day. um, we weren't like the richest. We weren't like the poorest. We were just like dead smack, almost in the middle.
Right.
So like just growing up like that, like made my hunger for like reaching God more, and it was crazy. Like going to church every day as a kid, doing church stuff, being a mentor as a kid to
Yeah.
other little kids. So it's just a lot.
We joke about this a lot, but like whenever we're around, we joke about like you hearing gunshots all the time. Like, was that a thing? Or, like,
Sometimes I swear I didn't know if there were gunshots or like people were just lighting off fireworks, because like we didn't live in like a white trash neighborhood per se, but there was like people like that over there.
And this was Wisconsin.
Yeah,
right?
it was Wisconsin.
Okay.
So
And that
like,
was then I know I remember the name of the town.
Kenosha.
Kenosha,
Yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
Kenosha. Because I remember the time when something happened in Kenosha, you shared something to pray for the people in Kenosha.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that. But I asked you the question because a lot of people, when they ask me, oh, you grew up in Africa, so did you just see animals like lions when you just open your door? There's a lion out there waiting for you. So I had to make sure if gunshots were like a real thing. But yeah, like it's crazy how we all grew up in different countries and we have things to learn about. I'm sure my friends back in Uganda will listen to your story and just know about your life growing up in the States. What was your favorite childhood memory?
Ooh, that's tough. My favorite childhood memory. I don't. There's so many. I don't even know.
Just pick one, or maybe let's say I don't know.
Oh, my probably
Whoa.
playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like being the shortest kid that always hung out with like taller kids. Like they always like put down the rim to like 9 feet, and like I would jump and grab the rim and dunk the ball. They'd be like, "Q, how you doing that?" I don't know. Like my nickname was like a frog boy at one point because I could jump so high.
Dude,
More like
what was that dude?
Nate Robertson.
Nate Robertson. No, I was gonna
Or
say
Spud Webb.
I was gonna say this guy who played with Steph Curry's dad. What's his name?
Oh, Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues. Yeah.
Muggsy Bogues. That's crazy, yo.
No, yeah. The other question, and I think I related with this a lot, and I wanted to hear what you have to say about it. But what do people misunderstand about you the most? Because I feel like people misunderstand you in some way. But like, what do you think people misunderstand about you?
I think people misunderstand my goofiness.
Yeah.
Like they always see me goofy. Like they don't know the pain that I deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So like I rather have people smile around me, so I don't have to show them like how I really feel.
Yeah.
So probably my goofiness.
I was gonna say, do you ever get mad? I don't know if you ever got mad at me, or I don't know. I'm trying to remember, because we lived together in the summer, and, like we roomed together. But I'm trying to find if there was a time when you were pissed off, or like I want to know who Q's like when he's mad.
No, what?
What? Who? How do you tell me? Help me understand that. Like, who is Q when he's pissed off?
Bro, I don't even know how to explain it when I'm mad, bro, because I snap and I hate it. So it's like one quick thing that I don't like. Blah, 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 like, boy, like I'm turning to the hawk, boy.
Would you say you're short-tempered?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I got to work on that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, man.
Yeah, I had that issue. I used to be short-tempered, especially with my brother. My brother got the most of it. Like, he would piss me off, and I would just, like, throw up a bunch of words to him. And, like, after some time, you regret what you just said. And I've been working on that, trying to, like, when I'm mad, I'll go quiet. Like, I won't talk to you. I'll just be quiet. Just try to work on that. But I know there's sometimes when somebody pushes you to that extent where you just snap.
Yeah, or I do it to myself, yo. Like when I'm playing ball, I be angry sometimes. I'll be ripping my shirt, man.
I think I've seen,
I've been angry like that, boy.
Now I've remembered. I think it was at Great Lakes. You're playing basketball and things are not going right, and you're just pissed off, and like you're getting mad, and I'm like, hey, Q, calm down. Like you just. I think it's a good thing though. Like sometimes you hold yourself accountable to this level. Like when you don't perform to that level, then you feel bad about yourself. Like. Which is understandable sometimes, but then sometimes you gotta be reminded that oh yeah, it's all right. It's just a game. The other question: what has been your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it?
Think, I got a lot of those. I got a lot of those. Oh man, I think I have two biggest failures. Not taking school seriously, and like what I had to do to like get back to make sure everyone knew like, oh, I'm serious about this because I want to graduate college. Like I want to make my mom's proud.
Yeah.
So that one, and then the last relationship I was just in, man. Yeah. I feel like I let myself down because like I wasn't the man that I wanted to be, and she showed me that.
Yeah.
And like. It wasn't good for her or me to be in that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, those are tough. But I like how this question is like, what's your biggest failure and what did you learn from it? Because sometimes through our failures that's how we learn lessons. And in the long run, it's good for us to realize those failures and try to change those. I would say like some of these failures come with good things. Like think about college, and I know we've joked about like you studied Great Lakes for 7 years or something like that.
It was 6. It was 6.
Okay.
It was 6.
But through your last years, that's how I met you. You know, like you graduated 2019, I graduated 2020. But like that's if you had graduated years before, would have never met. Like think about Jay, Q, Terry. We all were like years before you, but like we ended up staying together, and now we end up like being all together. So maybe if you had graduated earlier, we couldn't have met. But you think about the good things that come with that. Like, yeah, I might have delayed, but I mean, it's also a lesson to other people who are listening or watching, like taking school serious. So then you can graduate on time, but which was a regret for you. And like relationship, yeah, we all fail. Nobody's perfect, and sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, and I've gone through I've had my shares of mistakes in my life, like with relationships and stuff, and sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes you learn lessons, and
facts.
It happens, and it's not. I don't want you like to blame yourself of what you could have done, or like for me, I try to live my life with no regrets. I was like, I did the best I could do.
Facts.
I might have come short. I tried. It didn't work out, but I know as humans, it's easy for me to say right now. I was like, oh, this and this and that. But we got to encourage each other and lift each other up. And we all have those days. And I just want you not to be sad about it and try to see good things that come out of it, see things you learned. And what you just say, like, she helps you realize the person you are. And that you add that to your life. Yeah, I know who I am, and from here I'm just going up. And you never know. In soccer, there's a saying that says, "It's not over until it's over." So, so I live with that in my mind. Like it's not over until it's over.
It's not over until it's over.
Yeah.
Not over until the fat lady sings.
Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored by Danceoft Gamers. Danceoft Gamers is the leading distributor of video games and other consumer gadgets like the podcast microphone sets, ring lights, headphones, and affordable smartwatches, and many other cool gadgets. For these and more, visit their website at www.danceoftgamers.co. That is www.danceoftgamers.co. The other question I have for you is, if you could remember one thing, what could that be?
That God is great, man.
Yeah.
Without God, I'm nothing. So God is great.
That is something I want everybody out there listening to not forget. Like God is great.
Did I look at this camera and say it again?
Yeah.
God is great, man. Like never forget that.
Yeah. Never forget that. I think that that's pretty good to remember. God is great, no matter what. you're going through, no matter what life brings to you. God is great. The other one, what is the best compliment you've ever got in life?
In life, ever?
Yeah.
Boy, there's like two of them. Boy,
Okay.
all right, look, I remember like it was yesterday, son. So I was in this little dance competition or talent show in high school, right? And I was dancing by myself. And at the end of the song, one of the University of Michigan players, he was judging it. And he was like, man, you remind me of Chris Brown, bro. I looked at all my friends. I was like, oh, yeah, he messed up, son. He messed up. Should have never said that.
Yeah.
That's one. But then, you know, this guy named Kevin Hart. Yeah, someone said I looked like Kevin Hart before.
Wow.
So it was cool.
That was a good compliment. And like when I watch Kevin Hart's comedy, and I think Emily has said that before too, like it's just like Q, like the way he acts, the way he does. I follow him on Instagram. I love Kevin Hart a lot.
Facts.
And I think, yeah, there's some things I see in you like Kevin Hart, even Chris Brown, like they said. But one thing I gotta say, I know Jay and everybody, like we joke about like your basketball career and all that, but I gotta say the year that I came to Great Lakes when you were playing, like you would make those shots. Like he's the smallest guy on the court, but he's shooting. He shoots good. And I think one guy, I didn't know you a lot good by then, but one guy, it was this Nigerian dude. What's his name? T.
Oh,
You
T,
remember
yeah.
T. I was watching your guys' game with T, and T was like, "Hey, wait till the short guy comes in. He's pretty good." I'm like, that's a compliment I had from him. I'm like watching you play. Like I know it might not have been the best career like you wanted or something, but you had your moments. Like you had good moments from that. So I think that's a compliment I got about you, hearing it from somebody else.
Yeah.
Now the compliments done. What's an insult you've got?
So one insult, someone said I look like a monkey.
Really?
Yeah, boy. And then another insult, someone said I look like Donkey from Shrek. I swear, bro. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy. No, that is really crazy. There's a question. What question? There's a question I just thought about that I wanted to ask you. What's the best advice you've ever received from somebody?
Don't let the bad weigh you down.
Yeah.
Always keep moving forward and like shrug it off. Don't let your emotions show.
What's the worst advice you've ever got from somebody? Advice.
Ooh, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't really listen if it's worse. So I just yeah, cool. You know, you take that with you, yo.
You're a movie guy, I think I would say. We watch a lot of movies, and when we worked summer, we would go to the Regal cinema, watch movies. What's your favorite holiday movie?
My favorite holiday movie? Ooh, probably The Grinch.
This question has a part 2, so when you're answering it, it has a part 2 that I'm going to ask you.
Hang on. Probably The Grinch or which Friday is it? The Christmas one. I think it's like Friday after the next.
Yeah. Is that the one that has Fragile or something like that? Where the kid puts her tongue on a frozen pole, gets stuck?
No, that's oh my goodness. That's like Christmas Story, I think.
Yeah, that's Christmas Story. What does that say about you?
I'm a funny guy, yo. I could be like the Grinch and be like, man, I hate Christmas, I hate people, but in the reality, I just want to be feeling like I'm a part of something, and that's all he wanted.
No cap. I like the Grinch, but I also love. I think I would say I love Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Now
let me be in that movie, boy.
Yeah.
Let me be Kevin. Yeah, we turning up.
I like Home Alone. I grew up watching that in Uganda. And every time I like that, like when Christmas time, they have a bunch of like movies showing up and showing up. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't trust everybody.
Yeah.
Just because everyone say they good, don't mean they good for you. Everyone has a season, and it's either a good season to be in your life or a bad season. So you just have to let God, take his.
That's funny because for me, I've learned that as an adult. Like growing up, I had my family, I had my parents. Like I didn't really care about what other people say. I knew my parents were there for me. But when I left my family and I came to America, I started becoming dependent on people because I didn't have money, I didn't have food, I didn't have a car, I didn't have anything. and there's people that I looked up to, like I looked at to help me with those things, and I was let down, and when you need things, those people won't be there for you. So it's after me being in America that I knew that don't trust anybody. Nobody's gonna be there for you all the time, and that's something I've learned, like as an adult, and it's a good lesson.
Hmm.
Like if you put your trust in, and like I know we're Christians, and the Bible tells us to put our trust in God, but like as human, life happens where you're gonna need the people who are there to kind of like help you throughout. But like my 18-year-old, what I don't know what I would tell my 18-year-olds.
Watch out for this guy named Q.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I don't think I would. Oh, it's not about change. I was gonna say I don't think I would change anything in my, but I think I would. I would tell them keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, and just keep doing what you're doing. Tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they've impacted you.
So one, I would say my mom, of course.
Yeah.
I just seen her go through so much as a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's always found a way to like keep moving, keep pushing, keep surviving. And like that showed me like I could do the same thing. Like I could push, I could survive just as much as she can. Like she knows she's not alone, and I know I shouldn't feel like I'm alone. So like my mom. Ooh, the second one I'll probably say my boy Josiah.
Okay.
Cause like his story is pretty unique and everything, and like without Josiah I probably wouldn't have finished Great Lakes. So like he helped me, he saved my life. Like little does he know, and little does anybody else know, like Josiah, he saved my life. The next person, this is gonna sound corny or whatever, probably Jesus, man. I'm not gonna lie, probably Jesus, man. Like he showed me like how to really love people even though I don't want to love people because I've been hurt too much. And like he didn't have to do the things that he did just to save us.
If you were gonna put Jesus in the lineup, you would have put him first.
I know, but I had to put my mommy first, man.
Okay.
That's my dog, man. Like, don't get me wrong, Jesus is my dog too, but that's my mom's, man. My bad, Jesus. You can go first, bro. Just know you first, mama, then Josiah. All right.
All right. If you won 10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
So yeah, I'll probably get an apartment because I don't really want a house just yet. Even though I do want land.
Even with 10 million, you want to get a house?
Yeah, probably won't.
Why?
I don't know. I think I'll be too scared, boy. It's too big. It's the house I want if I get that much. But just to be safe, like, still try to save it, pay off some of my debt. Give some to my mom, give some to the church. Yeah. That's if I get that much. I'm just like, I know what I would do.
Are you going to pay taxes on it?
Huh?
Are you going to pay taxes on that?
Yeah, I ain't trying to go to jail because of Uncle Sam. What he need? I got you. Feed the block, though.
That's funny. This is not a question, but like I didn't want to prolong the conversation because sometimes when you prolong these conversations, like it loses the meaning, and I want to keep it short so people can pick out something. And in all the questions I've asked you, what is the one question you wish I'd asked you in those, and how would you have answered it?
If someone would ask me how I'm doing mentally, like that's a great question because like me and you are close, and I don't think I would lie to you about how my mental's doing. Like it's tough, boy. Like I be having crazy thoughts, boy. Like it's not good, but I'm trying to learn how to make it good, and not just by myself, but also going back into my Bible and actually reading it and trying to study it. Not like it's homework like we did at Great Lakes. Just like for once, I'm trying to sit down and learn it. So
that is cool that you talk about that. And I didn't really know about mental health. Like we grew up in Africa where life is hard. Like even when you're dealing with mental stuff, nobody's gonna tell you about it, or like there's nothing they're gonna do about it. And I've experienced that being here, and like the life in America is a little bit different from the life in Uganda. America drives you, like if it's speed, it's like 180. because of all the needs you have, the things you have to deal with, mental health, like dealing with other stuff, even not just about you, but like the forces from the outside, people. I know there's a lot on your plate, like you thinking about like with job and like what is it like about mental health that it's the hardest part, like you would say?
I think trying to stay positive every day.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of things have been going wrong or going bad in my eyes, but just trying to find a positive light out of it, and just trying to do the right thing and not do something that I'm gonna regret down the line. You know what I mean?
That I try to live my life with no regrets. I mean, sometimes you can't avoid it, but like in things that you can't control, I do the best I can. Like I give it my all. It didn't happen, but there's nothing I can do about it. But I don't really know. Like when somebody is dealing with stuff like mental health, I don't really try to say I want to fix it. I want to fix them. I want to relate with them. Sometimes they're going through things you've never gone through, you know. But yeah, like staying positive in that time, it's tough and it's hard. That's why I like to be in my friend's life a lot. My dad told me something like a problem shared is halfway solved. Like if you're going through something, like I might not have it all, but like when you share with somebody, can kind of help. But that also goes backward. Like sometimes you share a problem with somebody and then they just laugh at you, or even the person will just go tell another person, "Oh my gosh, Q is dealing with this," or like things like that, you know.
And they even ask you like, you know this about Q? Like, dang, you just out here just snitching on me, yo. Like,
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Instead of helping, they're just snitching on you. But like, yeah, it's tough, and all we gotta do is pray for each other and just trying to keep our friendship together. I liked it when we could meet each other, know about how life is going. Because I've also gone through some tough times. Like, you know, it's funny because I have a lot of friends and I have people, and people will see you on Instagram, life is going good, but sometimes my heart breaks down. Like, you know, like I miss my family back in Uganda. Sometimes you feel like you have no friends here because all your friends are busy. There's nobody to talk to, nobody to hang out with, and that gets tough, you know, like. And that's why I wanted us to kind of just keep our relationship more strong and just stay in each other's lives. Like, you know, we might not be rich or we might not be, but like having people in your life, there's a thing like it takes away from your life. Like when we used to meet a lot, I would forget that my family is back in Uganda because like, oh, I have family here. Like I have people here, people who care about us, and I think we need to do that a lot in our lives too.
Facts.
So yeah, we're coming to end of this recording, but I want to ask you, what's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
Life lesson. Probably don't hold on to things. Like, especially if the bad's going to outweigh the good, don't hold on to it. Always find the good out of something and don't let it ruin your day. Like, push it off, dust it off. You're going to get back up. You know, the easy part is falling down. The hardest part is trying to get back up.
Right. The other one, what gets you excited about life?
Just putting a smile on people's faces.
Yeah.
Waking up. Because some people ain't got the chance to wake up and see another day. So if God's blessing me with another day, I might as well bless somebody else with a smile, a laugh, a conversation.
Then the final one. It's a signature question that I ask everybody on the podcast. Who would you like to see in my podcast next? And
Chris Brown. I'm playing.
And you're going to help me get the person on the podcast. This one, for the people that I do in-house, it could be somebody that could easily make it to my place.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
Terry or Dino.
All right, Terry or Dino. And I think J Quinn, I'm going to have J Quinn sometime here. So Terry or Dino will be my next guest. So yeah, Q, thanks very much for sharing with me and some of the things people might not know about you, or people don't know that's going through your life. And for the people out there who are listening to this podcast, I think the best thing you can do is just say a prayer for Q and whatever he needs in his life, like, or everybody, you know, like, I don't know. Or if you can bring money.
Bring money. I need it.
Thank you. Thanks very much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, brother.
All right. Stay tuned for more episodes.
You dig?
We'll be back. Bye-bye. Hey there, this is Bonnie Kibuka, the host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with a friend and recommend somebody to this podcast. Don't forget to leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. And also don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Join us on our social media platforms on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So we'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much and be blessed.